There's a whole lot of stuff going on this week. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but to finish out February and to start off March has been a very interesting little transition here, if you will. We got tomorrow's, since it's leap year, tomorrow's the last day of February, and then we're sliding into March, right? Monday, you had fires that started in the Texas Panhandle. I'm pretty sure it was on Monday. Over 500,000 acres have burned since Monday. We'll get into that in a second. Today, Mitch McConnell said he's stepping down in November. You have Kathy Hochul in New York City talking about how she can employ, which I don't know how this works, but employ truckers' bank accounts and basically like repossess their homes, because of what's going on with Truckers for Trump after the whole, really shoddy verdict of, Trump owing $355 million, which technically is closer to 450, even though technically he didn't do anything wrong if the banks approved the loans and everything else, but that's a whole other story. You have Mayor Eric Adams in New York City giving illegal immigrants basically what is being said, like Redacted has said, that they are being given $10,000 MasterCards so that they can just make whatever purchases they want, I guess. But originally I had heard that it was $13 a day on a debit card for illegals so they could buy food. Not quite sure which one's right. $10,000 on a MasterCard, which is a credit card. I'm not quite sure how they would get a credit card, but also a debit card. How are you going to get a debit card without a bank account? A lot of questions there. So the things that are going on right now, it's like I said, it's a very hectic end of February, beginning of March. Let's talk about the wildfires in Texas first, because that to me is definitely a big deal. I want to show you this. These are the temperatures in Texas on Tuesday, all right? Here is the Texas Panhandle. You guys can see that there. The temperatures right into the water there off the edge, you're in the 60s, and up on land, you're in the 70s, right? This is on Tuesday morning. They're saying that these wildfires, and y'all know how I feel about the term wildfires, because prove it. Prove that it's a wildfire, not just some jackass setting fires, right? But anyway, these wildfires they are claiming is because it's been a very hot and dry time, an unseasonably hot and dry winter, when technically that's true, because there are places here in Texas that are in the high 90s. I think one place, Killeen, Texas, Killeen, Killeen, I don't know if that's how you say it or not, hit 100 degrees yesterday, I think it was. That's really friggin' high for the butt end of February, just so we're all fully aware. The darkness here of these high temperatures in Texas, that's not to be missed. Like, why is it so hot in February? Number one, but they're saying that these wildfires started because of dry conditions and high heat. Okay, I hear you. 500,000 acres so far have burned with 0% contained. 0%. They're not on the outskirts trying to stop it. Nothing has been done, which, let's look at it from both sides of it. You don't want to lose the lives of firefighters trying to battle this massive blaze, and when it's so hot and everything else, right? And 500,000 acres. But on the other side, if you don't try to contain it, you don't try to stop it, how far do you let it go? Like, this is huge. Already, this is what's going to happen. You've already had, I think they said about 30 homes have burnt completely to the ground. They are evacuating everybody and their mama. You can see here, look how this looks. If I can find where's the picture? This is, I can't read the article because I'm not subscribed to the Wall Street Journal, and they want me to pay, and they can kiss my grits. So this is what it looks like trying to cross one of the bridges in the Panhandle of Texas. I mean, that is terrifying. I'm not going to lie. I would not want to be there. I would have evacuated also. What else I have seen? Tons and tons of cattle running, leaving, dying because of these blazes. Again, I can't even say the word on here because then YouTube hears me say it and they put me in this little box, but I'm not a sea theorist. Y'all know what I'm saying here. I'm not one of those because technically the things that we talk about, a lot of times they turn out to be right. So you can't be a sea theorist if they come out to be right, right? This whole blaze thing going on right now, that they don't know how it started. All they can say is dry conditions and hot temperatures, although 70s and 60s to me isn't very hot. Maybe that's just me, but I'm wearing long sleeves and sweatpants today, and it's 72 degrees here in the Panhandle of Florida, but it's breezy, right? So they're saying it's because of that, because I guess an ember or the sun decided to find a piece of glass in the woods and it reflected through it, and then it set a piece of pine straw or something on fire, and then poof, 500,000 acres later. Could be because somebody flicked a cigarette out while they were driving. Could be because somebody did something else. Could be because it was intentional. You just never know. I will be keeping an eye on it. I'm sure most of you are at the same time. Numerous other channels will be, I'm sure, as well, and the news in theory. But I'm curious to see if they ever say why it actually started, where it fully, like legitimately started, like what was the starting point. And at the end of this is all said and done, are they going to tell us how much of our animal agriculture has been killed? This is why I think this is important. The areas where we see these wildfires a lot of the times are areas where, not just in Texas, but we've seen them throughout the country, right? And they somehow happen to end up in places where it's going to cause an issue to some chickens somehow, some cows somehow, sometimes some pigs, some water treatment facilities or some other, there's always something, right? This wildfire, real Lahaina looking to me, but that's because of the not being able to stop it right now. But the thing is, where's the thing? I'm trying to find it here. I have so many different things pulled up here. The Smokehouse Creek fire continued to burn across 500 acres with 0% containment as of midday Wednesday. That's right now, my dudes. And it says the Texas Panhandle, they're still battling the blaze, but none of it's contained. So where's the battle? I'm not a firefighter, so I don't know how this works. This says smoke engulfs a Texas roadway as firefighters maneuver themselves to help put out the flames. You guys again can see there. I mean, that's a lot of smoke. That is not something that you need to be inhaling. Anything like that is going to be detrimental, I'm sure, to numerous animals, numerous people. Hopefully everybody has been able to get out. I could not see where anybody has said that lives have been lost yet, but there have been numerous homes that have been lost. There will be more. The lives that are going to be lost, hopefully there will be no human lives lost, but I can guarantee you there will be a lot of animal agriculture that will be lost from this. So I hate to say it, you guys know I hate to say it, but be prepared for higher prices at grocery stores, especially in that area, or any area where whatever cattle, whatever chicken, whatever ends up dying there, whoever they were distributed to, y'all are going to see price increases as well. I promise you that. It's going to happen. They're going to blame it on this, even if it's not actual, even if however many cows don't die from this one whatever, they'll still raise their prices to keep up with everybody else's. It's going to end up being a thing because it always is. And I hate that that's how this works. But it says it's cut off power. The fires have led to shutdown and evacuations of a nuclear weapons facility at Pantex out of an abundance of caution. Really? Like nuclear facility. Could it get much worse? Like animals, nuclear facility, just 500,000 acres, just willy-nilly, just ablaze with no containment. That's kind of a big deal. So this is something I will be keeping an eye on. It says Texas Governor Greg Abbott has issued a disaster declaration for 60 counties and urged Texans to limit activities that could create sparks and take precautions to keep their loved ones safe. Again, this is what they're saying. Strong winds, unseasonably high temperatures, and dry grass are fueling the fires, although rain could arrive tomorrow. So hopefully rain does arrive tomorrow. I know here where I am in the Panhandle, we are slated to get rain every single day for the next 5 days. Hopefully Texas Panhandle gets some of it too, and it can help contain this blaze and stop some of this fire, keep it from spreading any farther. That's because, I mean, that's a huge issue right now. What else I want to talk to you guys about? The whole Kathy Hochul and Truckers for Trump thing. What I find very interesting, if I can find my link that I had here or my tab, because I am constantly on the computer. I have 7,000 tabs open. Man, let's see. Y'all stay with me while I try to look this up. When I was so I tried to Google. Y'all know how Google is, but I was just curious what everybody is seeing right now. So I went to Google and I Googled truckers not delivering to New York City. And I want you to see something here. I want you to see something. All right, so you have this. I had to read this, but there's a fact check. Let's see if I can do this. There's a fact check thing here from 3 hours ago where they're trying to say that Hochul did not say the things that she said. So there's that. And then there's something here from 2 days ago. But literally everything on here, as far down as I go, every single thing is a week ago. I literally went like 4 pages in. I'm trying to do this backwards. Let's see if this works. Everything is from a week ago. They have not talked about this in the media in over a week. Is it because they were told to be quiet? Is it because they were told not to talk about it? Literally everything is a week ago. Nothing in the last 7 days, the last 6 days, except for this thing that came out 3 hours ago about Kathy Hochul and the whole employ truckers' bank accounts, which I thought it would have said empty truckers' bank accounts. I don't know how you employ a bank account. I know sometimes I'm a little daft, as the British would say, but I'm not quite sure what employ somebody's bank account means. So I probably could have Googled that, but we're already here. So whatever. The fact that there has been no talk about this except for on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, I find very interesting that legitimate news sources, y'all see my there, legitimate news sources have chosen to be 100% silent about this. How does that help the people of New York City who need to know what's going on? What if they don't watch YouTube? What if they don't watch? I mean, they need to watch everything except for reading the news, because the news obviously lies, but also they don't tell you what's going on. They tell you nothing. They jumped on it a week ago, and then they've been quiet ever since. Now, I have seen videos. I watched Kara and Nate on YouTube. They were in New York a day or two ago for Kara's birthday. She's running around New York City, and everything looks normal. She went and got sushi. They had food there. You have Cash Jordan has a video out saying there's nothing going on. Truckers are still coming through. The shelves are full and whatever else. And then you go through and you see other videos on YouTube and on TikTok and everything else where it shows empty bare shelves. And you see people rolling carts out with, 3 carts full of stuff from Sam's Club and Walmart, which, side note, neither of those are inside New York City. They're all on the outskirts. So people are panicking on the outskirts of New York City. Are deliveries actually going through? It's a very hard thing to figure out what is actual and factual and what is exaggerated and what is made up. I'm not in New York City. I cannot tell you 100% for sure that truckers have boycotted, that enough truckers have boycotted to make a massive dent in how New York City is faring when it comes to their food, their supplies, or whatever else. I'm not in there. All I can say is that I have seen both sides on all different social media, but I have only heard crickets from news sources. I have seen nothing. I mean, there have been some channels, some news stations who have shown like little videos, but they're showing stuff from YouTubers. They're not even showing things from inside New York City for themselves. They're showing things YouTubers have put up or TikTokers have put up or whatever else. And there's still no written journalistic words in over a week when it comes to what's going on with the boycott, the NYC New York City boycott, Truckers for Trump 2024, after Chicago Ray 1 or Chicago 1 Ray, whatever his name is, came out with kind of like that call to action, if you will. After he talked to a bunch of different truckers about, hey, we need to, stand up for Trump basically and say this is wrong. And as a city, we're not going to help you if all you're going to do is crap on Trump, because what New York City has done, honestly, whether you like Trump, whether you hate Trump, no matter who you are for or who you are against, what they are doing is technically like a witch hunt. If Trump was able to get everything approved for the loans that he wanted, I mean, the amount of people who have to sign off on all of that, who have to say, okay, we agree with your appraisals of stuff. Okay, we're going to loan you this money and all this other stuff, for them all to be on board and everything to be okay with it. Why can New York City then, Letitia James or Letitia Jones, I don't remember her last name, why can she then turn around and say, oh no, you've done something fraudulent and we're going to rake you over the coals and basically bleed you dry for all your money because of it, when everybody along the lines approved the entire thing? Like, who did he hurt? That's what I want to know. And they're saying, oh, well, he hurt the New York taxpayers. You know who the hell hurt the New York taxpayers? New York government. They're the ones taking taxpayer money and using it to buy everything for illegal immigrants and, giving two shits about the actual citizens of New York City. So don't talk to me about who hurt who here when it comes to the taxpayer money, Kathy Hochul and, frickin' Eric Adams. It's you guys, it's a witch hunt. It's to take the focus off of the dumb things they have done when it comes to supplying everything under the sun to the illegal immigrants and not to the people of New York City. So that's that. That's all I had to say about that. Y'all, like I said, it's been a hectic week. There's a lot going on. And then you got McConnell exiting as Senate GOP leader after a record run on the job. I didn't pull the whole thing up, but his face is what nightmares are made of. there's something wrong with his face. And I say that as nicely as humanly possible. People probably think the same thing about me. It's fine. If you have a nightmare with me in it, I don't even know what to tell you. Hopefully I do a really good job scaring you. That's all I got. But that man, he's scary, in my opinion. So there's that. All right, that's all. I just want to bring this to your attention. I'm sure you guys already know. Just wanted to express my thoughts and feelings on these things that are going on, and I will be keeping an eye on the wildfires, obviously, and trying to find more on what's actually factually happening in New York City when it comes to supplies and deliveries and things like that. For those of you who happen to live in New York City, jump in the comments. Let us know. Is it as bad as social media wants us to think it is, or is it not? That's what I need to know. And as somebody who cannot be boots on the ground in the area, who cannot have eyes on the whole situation, I do rely a lot on you guys to help me make sure that what I am hearing, what I am then returning to you guys is in fact true. I never want to give you guys false information. I try very hard not to do that. And if I ever do, I'm the first one to be like, my bad, y'all. So right now, from what I can see, what I have seen, both sides, I don't think that the city, New York City itself, is being hurt as much as people think it is when it comes to the Truckers for Trump 2024, the boycott of driving in. I think maybe the outskirts of New York City are getting hit worse, because that's where your bigger grocery stores and your warehouse clubs, or whatever they're called, like Sam's Club and those kind of things, that's where those places are getting hit more than anything. So that's what I've got for you guys on this glorious hump day. I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day. If you happen to be in the Texas Panhandle or in that area and have heard things that maybe are not here for us to hear or see, I would like your thoughts on what's going on with that wildfire. And then again, for those of you who happen to be in New York City, if you do, I would like your thoughts on that as well. And I appreciate you all immensely, Squirrel Tribe. Do not forget, there are links in the description. Those of you who have asked about them. Yes, the Butcher Box link, you click on it, and once you're done with all your stuff, you get $50 off at your checkout. I personally love Butcher Box because it's organic and pasture-raised chicken. It's grass-fed, grass-finished beef. It's just, I'm not sponsored at all. I just like it, so I put it in the description for you guys. I've also put a perfume cologne company in there. It is a small business, American-owned, USA-based small business who makes organic perfumes and colognes for men and women. Myself, personally, I can't go into a lot of different stores because the alcohol smells of all the things in there give me a raging friggin' headache. And I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, my nose is more sensitive, or they're just putting way more shit in colognes and perfumes and sprays these days, but I hate them. So there's a link in the description to a company called Hervé Lucendi, and they make organic grape alcohol-based perfumes and colognes. And I can literally sniff them all day long and not a headache at all. It's all I use now for myself personally. Again, not sponsored at all, just it's a small business and it's an American business, and I wanted to share it with you guys. There's also a link in the description for Patreon for those of you who want to support the channel. If not, no harm, no foul. I love you no matter what. And there's some other stuff in there if you guys want to take a look. And that's about it, Squirrel Tribe. I love you guys immensely, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.